Beliefs and reasoning are both mutually exclusive thought processes. One may exist regardless of the truth, while the other relies on facts to draw a conclusion. Yet, why do beliefs play such an important role in our lives, making dreams become reality and blurring the lines between imagination and existence? The power of belief can be seen in our everyday life, from the little things we do to the most significant areas where we put our heart and soul to actualize them. Have you ever participated in a competition where the chances of winning were slim? Despite that, you still held on to strong belief that you absolutely had to win, with no reason to prove it except for the fact that you gave it your all and the idea of losing did not once cross your mind throughout the entire competition. Well, that is the power of belief. And more often than not, you'll find that doing things with a certain belief will give you an endless amount of energy and wits to overcome the obstacles in your way to achieve your goals. This is opposed to what you'll experience should you be forced into doing something you have no belief in. Think about the times when someone roped you in to help them with their boring work despite your unwillingness. You'll tend to give up more easily, and your productivity is often extremely low when you don't believe in something that you do. Psychologists have attributed belief to being a state of mind in which one thinks something to be what he perceives, regardless of the verifiable evidence to prove his point with factual certainty. When one has a belief, his attitude towards that is one that is positively oriented towards the likelihood of his belief being true, and this can often be founded on blind faith. With belief, the fact of the matter is that it could be both actual or false notions created by our brain and adopted by either one or many people, as in the case of society. Of course, when a belief is made of false notions, it could ultimately lead to both positive and negative effects on society once a large group of people share the same belief. A good example of a negative impact on society because of a particular belief is the killing of certain races of our species. The belief that one's race, class, or gender is less valuable than another has long been shared by powerful people throughout history, resulting in some serious consequences. The Nazis, slave labor of the African Americans, and even illegal immigrants have resulted in some serious abuse of human rights in the world, along with a massive loss of lives. Meanwhile, belief could also serve to help us overcome our adversities, even if the chances of surpassing our obstacles remains extremely low. Take, for example, Aaron Lee Ralston, the American motivational speaker and outdoorsman that inspired the movie 127 Hours. Aaron was involved in a canyoneering accident in Utah when his arm was crushed by a falling boulder, pinning him against the canyon wall. Unfortunately for him, he had not informed anyone of his hiking plans, so he was virtually alone. Despite fighting against overwhelming odds where his survival was not expected, Aaron's belief that he could escape alive made him perform the most drastic action, amputating his own arm in order to get out alive. Such is the power that belief endows onto us, making us perform some unthinkable and drastic actions in order to achieve our goals. Needless to say, it doesn't mean we will perform such drastic actions when we have a certain belief, but it proves just how strong the power of belief is. If honed properly, having proper beliefs can bring us to much greater heights in life, achieving the success we want. Here are some ways on how to remove our negative beliefs and instill the proper ones that we want in our lives. 1. Identify the beliefs you wish to get rid of. Before we can move forward and start empowering our lives with positive beliefs, it is important to remove the negative beliefs that we may hold in our minds. The power of belief is extremely strong, and holding on to something detrimental to us will hinder our journey to success. Start noticing the negative beliefs that you have that is holding you back and correct them immediately. For instance, If you've been unsuccessful on your weight loss journey for many years, stop thinking so much about failing the next time you decide to start on it again. Simply commit to starting on things that can be affected immediately, such as how much you're eating now or how much exercise you'll be doing tonight. Your belief that you will fail is the very thing holding you back and should be eradicated. 2. Create an all-around belief which is not goal-specific. After you're done with removing the poor beliefs that you've carried with you through life, it is time to find something new to instill with yourself. A belief is an acceptance of something regardless of the facts, so it'd be wise to make it more general instead of being goal-specific. One may wish to believe that he will do well for a particular examination, but instead of being so narrow-minded, he could aim instead of having the belief that working hard and striving towards any particular goal will result in him excelling. If he isn't doing well enough, then perhaps the work he has put in is not sufficient. This belief would guide him through life itself and not merely through an examination which is short-lived and may not impact him in a huge way. 3. Use auto-suggestion to instill your belief. As covered back in an older video, auto-suggestion is a great way to instill a belief in yourself since your conscious mind wittingly accepts the things that you want it to. The actual truth is, you've inadvertently been using auto-suggestion throughout your entire life to instill a certain belief in yourself up until this point. Just think back to the last time when you were learning how to ride a bicycle. You never did give up, and you believed you could master riding the bicycle. And before you knew it, you were speeding through your neighborhood on 2 wheels. The same applies for other skills that you've picked up along the way, such as swimming or driving a car. Now that you've realized how autosuggestion works to instill a belief, it's time to start actively providing your mind with cues to remind yourself of your belief. Simply write down your beliefs on a piece of paper and read it before you sleep every night. Repeat your beliefs to yourself in the mirror each morning and believe every word that you say. You'll find that in due time, your beliefs become second nature to you and you'll lead a life created by yourself. We can have anything that we want in life as long as we give up the belief that we can't have it. Once we believe we can, we'll be halfway there. So stay true to your beliefs and allow them to fuel your dreams as you take on the world from here on.